What's up there, misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Of course, welcome back if you've been hanging out with me for a while. So this is a reading for Sagittarius, all right? So let's see here. This is not a traditional reading in that I use tarot as the primary deck. Now, I do use tarot in this reading, but it comes out a little bit towards the end. And tends to clarify the messages or even bring out more messages. So make sure you stick around for that because there's always good context that always comes out, okay? So the systems that I am using for your 30-day reading here is the Lenormand and the Kipper systems, all right? And let's see here. What else is there? Let's go over a little bit of fine print since we've only got one more card I need to get out for y'all. All right, so I am an adult. I do use adult language. If that's something that offends you, this is probably a good time to exit stage left. This means I'm probably not the reader for you. No big deal. Plenty of kick-ass readers here on YouTube. I'm sure you can find someone who uses the language that you prefer, okay? As far as pronouns go ahead and go with what you identify as, okay? This is an inclusive channel, all right? And then last but not least, that little website that's on the bottom of your screen should take you to POACreator.com. If you're interested in a personal reading, go ahead and poke around there and see if there's something that interests you, okay? So, let's see here. Okay, so this is interesting. So there's definitely money stuff, talks about money, things about money that are going on for you for the next 30 days, Sagittarius. Specifically, a lot of talks about money. However, and what I'm really not liking in particular about your reading is there's a feminine energy who might be blocking that or might be interfering in that in some way. This even could be a feminine energy that you have to take care of or feel like you have to take care of, or it could just be a child that is a feminine energy that you feel like you need to take care of. All right, so let me go ahead and go through the cards. So we've got the fish, we've got birds, the snake, and then we've got the cross. And then we've got stork. So another thing that I'm getting is that it's also possible that you or your partner are pregnant again. And for whatever reason, like the economic impact that you'll have from having this child seems to be a burden in some way. Now, that's not to say that the child is a burden, but it costs money to raise a family. Let's keep it real, okay? This is real shit. And I feel like that's a concern for you. So it's possible that even that you've been talking, you know, about money stuff, money issues with this person. Now, with the snake being here, and I have to mention this just because it can sometimes mean that, but this can sometimes stand for the other woman. Okay, so if there is someone who is with child, it's possible that it is like a mistress or a side piece or something like that, okay? And that has become its own burden because, well, you know, it's kind of hard to hide a baby. So, no judgment, but that's what we've got for that, okay? So let's go ahead and dig into our clarifiers and see what else we can pull out for you, okay? Now, while I'm getting that, I'm gonna go I knew it was gonna happen. I'm gonna go ahead and mention that normally I use the tarot for the new vision for your tarot cards to further clarify deeper in the reading. But it didn't quite feel right for this 30-day period, so I'm actually using the Hermetic Tarot. And this is an extremely potent deck, so stick around. Stick around. Okay. So what came for the fish? Okay, so yeah, concern landing on top of the fish. Concerns about money. We have another one for we do. Jesus. Okay, false person popping up. I definitely don't like that popping up at the beginning of your reading, Sag. So there's concerns about money, and you know, this isn't necessarily the thief card, but it definitely has that energy around it. Like there's just someone who's trying to get over someone who might be underhanding, lowballing, that type of thing. So let's see if it's founded here. I mean, I feel like it kind of is with this snake popping up here. So if you're dealing specifically with a feminine energy in regards to your finances, like how you get finances, work or client or something like that, and you're concerned that they may be ripping you off or lowballing you, they probably are. Okay. But again, let's see what comes out. Okay, so under the birds, we have thoughts, and then we have unexpected income. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to need a little bit more context for that. Give me a sec, y'all. I mean, obviously, money is something that you're very much concerned about. Distant horizons and bad health. Okay. Oh, okay. So there, wow. This is nuts. So this might actually be money from a will, or you're wondering if you are in someone's will. Yep. Okay. Wow. I would say whoever this person is that is sick, they are at a distance from you. They could be out of state, out of county at very, very minimum. Distant horizons tends to mean out of state for me. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so out of state. Got my confirmation there. Wow. That's something else. Okay, let me get these last two cards out, and then I'll dig a little bit more. Okay, one more. There we go. Yeah, so holy guacamole, what is it with the housing? This is over some kind of child. So this concern card can sometimes for me represent like being concerned with someone's health, feeling like you're going to hear some bad news, and because it's landing under the fish card, I think this is bad financial news. But, and I have to give a caveat for this, in my family anyway, whenever we see fish, it usually has to do with a pregnancy of some sort, and that's kind of backed up by the fact that we've got the child here. That's not a traditional Lenormand meaning, it just, that's what it can mean for me. So we could be looking at a situation where someone you know or someone in your family is suddenly they're stricken by illness of some sort. Short term is what I'm seeing here. Possibly long term. With the snake and distant horizons here, it's kind of reminding me of the Aquarius reading and this stuff I was picking up for Sag, the last set of 30-day readings that I did. But in any case, someone stricken by illness and who's suddenly unable to take care of their child. Okay, so there's a mature woman stepping in. This could be like a mother, their mother, or the grandmother, if you will, of the person who's sick. And they find this to be a burden, okay? Your reading's kind of weird, Sag. I do feel like whoever this main male is, I'm feeling like that's the false person. Now, I don't know if it's something along the lines of the house that this child was supposed to be in was somehow taken from them, from this main male. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here. Your reading is really weird. I just feel like there's a lot of communication coming in for you, Sag, and it's going to be communication about money. Like, that's the primary thing I'm seeing. Like, there's multiple storylines coming through. Let's see here. So on one end, the talks that are going on, the talks that are going on could be referring to some type of raise that you're looking at. But I would be very careful in listening to be wary of who you're getting that information from, because they could just be lying to you to try to set you up. Okay. I'm going to say once again, be careful who you're around. I am getting a feminine energy here. And it's possible that they are sick. They've traveled from a distance, or they've been traveling. So of course that thing that shall not be named, I, obviously have to mention that, just ethics anyway. But we could be looking at something more serious as well. Okay. And, yeah, whatever, elderly woman, or mature woman, I should say, who's taking care of a child, this is very burdensome to them. I feel like it's something that they don't necessarily want to do. Okay. And, as far as the main male house and the stork, it could just be a matter of you needing to move into a bigger space because there is an addition on the way. Okay. Another child that's on the way. Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to your other card. So what your soul's trying to get through to you for this next 30 days is follow your heart, fairy love. So with that coming up, it speaks to me that, at least in some instance, your emotions have been blocked off, Sag. It could be because there's an issue with money. It could just be because you're just around a very toxic feminine energy. And I feel that specifically, that it's a toxic feminine energy. That's kind of backed up here by this bad health card. I don't know if this is someone you've like recently traveled to go see, or they're traveling to come see you. Perhaps you recently like moved or something to be closer to this person, but I don't get a good vibe from them. I mean, and especially if you have children, they just see you and your children as a burden. Like, that's so fucked up. To each their own. But I am seeing, like, the silver lining in all of this is that there likely is some unexpected income coming in for you, which is awesome. And I do feel like whatever that unexpected income is, that it's going to allow you to be able to get into a house. And I'm seeing new house here with the stork and the house together. That makes me think this is new property to you. Okay. And with the main male, I mean, that could just be your partner. There's not exactly a husband card in here. So, that could be your partner. It could be, a roommate, or just male of significance in your life. Okay. So, in regards to follow your heart, I feel like something is going on in regards to this toxic feminine energy trying to siphon money off of you. Okay, I feel like this is something that you could see. I'd be really surprised if the High Priestess doesn't pop up in your reading. And I feel like your heart is not in being in this environment. Maybe at one point it was, and you felt really good about being in this environment or having this person in your environment, but I feel like the tables have turned. Okay? And you need to follow your heart out of the situation, which, you know, if the forewarned is forearmed, you know, when you get this unexpected money, hold on to it. Do not spend a dime, because you're going to end up needing it, okay? So what your advice from Spirit is Kenaz. All right. So Kenaz, it's torch, light, knowledge. It will guide you on your way and help illuminate what is hidden. Helps you gain knowledge. It's lighting your path. So, if you've got concerns about someone who might, like they're very affluent or something like that, that they're not actually for your highest good, I think you're right. Okay, I don't think that this is a good person. I do feel like it's a feminine energy, and it's likely a mature woman, so someone who is older than you, okay? It's possible this mature woman has children, or at least a child. Yeah. I'm not really liking this so much, okay? And I just feel like it's something in the messages. It's something in the messages that is going to alert you to the fact that this person is not for your highest good, okay, Sag? I thought I saw one there. Oops. Let's try that again. All right. So let's go ahead and dig into your tarot. And one more. I just heard they fight dirty. So, if you're coming across my channel for the first time and you didn't see that reading that was done a couple months back, yeah, a couple months back at this point, that says they fight dirty. The thumbnail is of chess pieces basically kicking the living crap out of each other. Watch that reading, because I think that there might be some more information regarding this person that I'm picking up for you, okay? Yeah. Okay, so we've got the Chariot, Lord of Triumph of Light. And then we've got Princess of the Shining Flame, which is the Princess of Wands. And then we've got the Ten of Swords, which is Lord of Ruin. This person is out for you, Sag. I don't know why. I'm not necessarily getting much information on who they are or more details on who they are. It's possible that they're trying to compete for the same person in your love life, like at its most basic. And on a much more sinister level, this person could be trying to bankrupt you in some way and steal money from you in some way, okay? But the Ten of Swords can also mean that this is something past tense that has happened, and this is what you're exiting out of. But I'm not getting that. I feel like this is something that's coming towards you. So again, forewarned is forearmed. And I say that because of the concern and false person, and it's landing on the money card, you know, in this deck. So like, I feel like this has to do with your finances, your money in some way. And this is something that has not come to pass yet. So again, forewarned is forearmed, okay? So landing under birds, concerns, and unexpected income. Whoops. We've got Two of Pentacles, Lord of Harmonious Change, okay? And then we've got Eight of Swords, Lord of Shortened Force. So what I feel like is the only thing that's going to really prevent you from getting this unexpected windfall is if you don't believe that you're going to get an unexpected windfall. So the law of attraction is very much kind of at play when it comes to this windfall that I'm seeing come in for you, okay? And it could just be that, like, I don't know if you like talk for a living, or there are people who are talking about you. You know, unexpected income can sometimes mean donations. Okay. And the Two of Pentacles symbolizing a balancing act. Okay. Now, for me, it's a little bit different than your traditional Two of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite form, in the fact that it tends to mean some degree of balance has been achieved. So it's like, it's possible that you've been juggling your finances or trying to like stretch things, and this windfall comes in and suddenly you don't have to juggle quite so much. It could be something as simple as that. But with the Eight of Swords, it's necessary for you to not be in your head about this, okay? Because whatever this potential opportunity, if you will, that is coming towards you, or it could just be a matter of having a conversation with someone and they say the right thing that gets the creativity spark, and that allows you to lead with an idea that brings you a lot of money, that unexpected income, okay? But if you overthink it, in some degree, you will miss that opportunity, okay? So get yourself out the sword cage, all right? And if necessary, find some time to meditate. Find a way to meditate. Like, I'm feeling like whatever environment this is in, whether this is work or home, I'm not feeling love so much, but whether this is work or home, I do feel like it's a little difficult to get that time, to get that space to do that, but you've got to fight and try to find the space, Sag, because you need to, okay? Otherwise, you're going to end up missing something. So, let's see here. Under the Snake, distant horizons, and bad health, we've got the Foolish Man, which is the spirit of Aether. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, Lord of the Root of Powers of Earth. This is actually a really, really good combination. Of course, the hiccup being bad health. So with this combination, it almost makes me think that this could be like a stimulus check thing. I know. So it's something new, or a new, this new income, some kind of income that comes in that allows you to start over. And I feel like that has a lot to do with this house, okay? That's interesting. But you have to, whoever this feminine energy is, I do not like them. They are not a good person. They do not mean you well. And if they can jack that money, they will. So, if you're in a scenario where, there's someone around who you've either been talking to about your finances, or somehow has a way to learn what your financial situation looks like, when you get that check, don't say shit, because they will try and jack you for it, okay? That's just what I'm saying. I hate to be the bearer of funky news, you know, but that is what I'm seeing here. This is not someone who is necessarily the most concerned with your well-being, okay? And I feel like the clue here about this person is that they have at least one child, okay? And they kind of treat that child like a burden, or there's someone who like might babysit for you that's a mature woman, and they treat that as a burden to you, okay? So what's sitting on mature woman, child, and burden is the Four of Pentacles, Lord of earthly power. So they're also stingy. Okay, and then we have Four of Cups, Lord of blended pleasure. And they're stingy because they like to show confirmation. They like to show face. So we've got double fours here for you, landing on this pile. So 4 or 44 may be very significant for you, okay? But I feel like this person is very closed off with their pocketbook because they spend with both hands. So because of the fact that they spend with both hands, they don't necessarily want to share because it means it's taking away from what they can get from themselves. Yeah, this is someone who indulges. They might even drink a little bit too much. Okay. They might be someone who's chronically depressed as well. But I tend to view this card as someone who's like, I and I would even go so far as to say that if this is someone who's chronically depressed, it's because they of how much they drink. It's the, you know, alcohol is a depressant, so if you're already depressed, it can, in some people, it can have that effect to make you more depressed, and I feel like that's something that could be going on here. Okay, so moving on. We've got, with the Storks, the House, and the main male, ooh, we have the Three of Swords, which is Lord of Sorrow. We have the Hierophant, Magus of the Eternal Gods. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Wands, Lord of Valor. Whatever house this is that you're going after that's new, because I do feel like it's a new house, and there's some type of male involved. Like, I don't know if you're, like I said this earlier, this could just be your partner, okay, that you're buying this house with. But it could be the broker, it could be the insurance, or not, maybe it is the insurance person. I was trying to say the banker, you know, to give you the mortgage. You're gonna have a fight on your hands for this, okay? And if they deny you, go to another one, okay? If you start dealing with this broker and you realize that they don't necessarily have your interest in mind and looking for a house, find a new broker, okay? If you go to a certain bank and you're getting that vibe that they're just not going to give you a mortgage, or something is kind of going on with, you feel like in some way you're being discriminated against or being judged for something, go to a different one, okay? Because they're going to try to sabotage this. This is someone who feels very high and mighty. So, like, say for example, if you're like in a non-traditional line of work and you're dealing with a banker who is very traditional and very, I would almost say like evangelical, fundamental, okay, and they don't necessarily agree with how you bring money into your household, they could try and sabotage this opportunity for you, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want to see that happen to you, okay? So this is your warning. Number one, you are in every right to defend yourself on this, and you should. You go above them if you need to, okay? But number two, feel free to always go somewhere else, because if they don't want to take your money, trust me, there's another bank that will, and they're not going to judge you for how you're making it, okay? So with that, we're going to go ahead and call it here. Again, communication is a big factor here. Yeah. So if this reading helped you out even a little bit, don't forget to like and share the video. And definitely make sure you subscribe, Sag, because you also have a shadow reading coming out in a couple of weeks. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Okay. So with that, I'll see you then. Bye.